All I gotta say is, wow. Quite after a weekend of possibly fight of the year candidates, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., we go to the most highly anticipated or highly hyped cards of the year last night in Times Square. A unique situation, a unique atmosphere. Wow, was it bad? Quite possibly my top two or three worst shows as far as hype to what it produced ever. Ever. This was horrible. It is now starting to leak a little bit that I don't know. Everyone is putting all their eggs in this Turki Al-Sheikh basket. I am not sure he's going to be able to fix this because I think he's leaning way too much towards the casual fan to bring the people in, but he's losing a lot of the hardcore fans. Some people say, well, he's putting the fights on that we want to see. Okay, the fights that were put on last night were horrible. Ryan Garcia, there is now going to be a lot of questions about him from his fight with Devin Haney because of how he looked physically and how he performed. Dropped by a guy who has very limited skills, extremely limited skills. Okay. So it just shows you Ryan Garcia may not be as elite as we thought he was after beating Devin Haney. Because you go to the Devin Haney fight, that has to be one or two in the worst fights I've ever seen. That showed me right there, Devin Haney, it was that a lot was taken out of him from that Ryan Garcia beating, whether it was on PEDs or not. It's done something to him mentally. But I also think, and I saw his father talking a lot of stuff after the fight, it might be time to move on from his father. I'm never an advocate of someone moving away from his father as far as in a father-son relationship, but I am an advocate, and when it comes down to business, I don't think Bill Haney has the tools in his toolbox to figure out what's going on with Devin Haney, his son. It was so bad, it put you to sleep. When the announcers are trying to get anything out of it, and then finally they're just like, this is bad. It just was bad. Then you had probably the star of the night, Teofimo Lopez, which going in, I didn't know what we were going to get. Teofimo Lopez was good some nights, bad other nights. Good some nights, bad. He performed very well. Now, he wasn't the explosive Teo that I'm used to, that we saw years ago, but it wasn't the one who fought Jermaine Ortiz. He was not the one that fought Vasily Lomachenko, but it wasn't the guy who looked terrible in fighting George Kambosos. With that being said, this experiment that Turki Al-Sheikh has, I don't think the promoters have to be worried. There is going to be just something that always happens in boxing. Boxing never wants to be fixed. This was the worst show I've seen in the last decade, quite possibly top one or two all time I've ever seen, maybe top three I've ever seen, especially because of the hype. But you had people playing PlayStation games or Fatal Fury, whatever that is. It is not for the fans who love the sport. I saw Sean Zattel on his live, and he hits it right on the head. This is just something of a guy who's got money, who's trying to just take over sports. It is not going to work. If I was the promoters and some of the fighters, I would rest well at night now. This is not going to last long. It just was such a bad show. It put me to sleep. It is not good. I don't think. And then the setup itself, it was, I thought it was going to be anybody could watch it as they're walking by. And then I find out they have all these huge tarps put up, and only 300 or so people were around the ring that could watch it. But then I saw people were streaming from the Jumbotron on YouTube. Hilarious. But it serves you right. You put a show like that, you don't have those guardrails put in place. What do you expect? What do you really expect? The show was terrible. Not what I expected. Teofimo Lopez, I will say, was the star of the show. He improved the most. The stock for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney has dropped tremendously. Even though Devin Haney won, he looked awful, terrible. Looked gun shy. Didn't look like he wanted to engage. And Ryan Garcia, the questions are now going to start popping up about his performance against Devin Haney, against his performance against Rolly Romero. And not the best. Now, does this set up Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney, or is it set up the rematch of Haney and Garcia? I don't know if people want to see it. Me, the only reason why I would want to see it is because now the questions are going to be out there is, was Ryan Garcia truly, now he did test positive, truly on Ostarine as much as he claims, or Devin Haney and his father claim, or is Devin Haney not that good? It's going to be something to see. The best part of the show was Jim Lampley returning. Jim Lampley didn't miss a beat. Was great. Antonio Tarva was okay. A Coppinger, I don't know what he's doing on the mic. I don't think he's got a clue. Like the guy, but boy, is he not that good on the mic. Jim Lampley, Antonio Tarva was good with him. I didn't think he was great with him. I would like to see Max Kellerman or Roy Jones back there, but I am a purist. I like the old school HBO. That was the only good thing on it. The only good thing of the show. That's it. And I will be traveling to see Jim Lampley today. He is going to be signing books at Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey at 1 to 4 today. So I'm going to go there and see Jim. I'm going to take my cameras and stuff, do a lot of vlogging with different things. I'm trying to go to see a couple bagel shops, see what they're like, and just take you inside my life. So if you guys like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share it. Share it to other people who are doing things like I'm doing now. We'll be heading into more business stuff, but always go back to the boxing when big shows are there. So guys, again, thanks for being a part of the show. Like and subscribe. Don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours. We'll see you next week.